hello, everybody, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. Okay, so happy Friday, y'all, and welcome to our new subscribers. Thank you for joining the tribe. Okay, so today it's a TLC Friday, 90 Day Fiancé Friday. So in this first show, we have 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 17, Tell All Part 1. And then 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 5, Episode 12, Little Post, Big World. Thank God some of these shows are wrapping the hell up.
I agree.
All right, so what do you want to tackle first?
Let's get the other way out the way first? Let's get them out the way.
The other way. Oh, wait, hold on.
Am I on the right one?
The one where we go
The other
over
way.
there?
Yeah, with Sarper and Shekinah.
Right. Okay, hold on. The other way. Yesterday. Okay. Which idiot we gonna talk about first?
So, so this show for me, it's interesting. I don't really care about too many of these people. I just don't. Let's get what's the face, Kimberly and TJ out the way. So here's the thing with these two. I was with TJ. He said what I said last week. Like, he was really excited. Her parents saw him and smiled, and he said that was a big achievement for me. And then she just destroyed it in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, you ain't lied though. Like I said last week, she just threw him completely under the bus. I was like, wow. But then I'm sorry, Kimberly. You need to understand and acknowledge that you are very reactionary. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is you need to take a step back before you start screaming at people because you're upset. Because your points are lost and your points are valid. And you sit there boo-hooing, shrieking, blowing snot on them good people's bedspreads. I'm like, I want you not to do that. Saying somebody is your whole world, you can't live without them. Don't do that either. I don't like when people do that because what's gonna happen even if he leaves you, you're gonna find somebody else. Like you're gonna pick yourself up. You're an attractive girl. You have some brains to you. You'll be fine. Don't ever say you can't live with somebody. Don't do those type of things. But for me, what I was missing from Kimberly was this. TJ, I apologize for what I did to you. I did not hear not near apology. Not one. And he's not saying it, but he should have told her straight up, like, you owe me an apology. Not tell her what she did. Because she knows what she did. You both do. But she needs to apologize. And you need to verbalize that to her. And TJ, I don't like Yash too much. Well, at all. But you kind of need a little bit of your brother's backbone and be more firm with her. The reason why she's acting the way she's acting and will continue to do so is because you allow her to speak to you this way. You allow her to go into histrionics. Yeah, you'll fight back, but you do it in a way of like, oh, you just do this to me. Like, no. You need to be firm with her. Because I'm looking at Kimberly's dad and stepmom. She didn't do that with them. Because I think her name is what, Lisa or Linda, the stepmom?
I think it was Lisa.
Okay. Lisa, you could tell is Big Mama. And she she don't play with Kimberly like that. You could tell Dad is like Big Daddy. He's not playing with her like that either. She needs those type of people in her life to help her and to keep her more grounded. If TJ can't do that, he's not for her.
Wow, you got a lot out of their segment. Because I ain't give two fucks about these two idiots on my screen. If you ain't up here saying I do, and afterwards, I'm not interested anymore. Because she sat there and blew snot bubbles. He was telling her we broke it up. And then she's like, I can't do it without you. Well, he can, but then he turned around. He said, "Okay, I'll see you in 2 days to get married." Shut up!
Yeah, yeah.
Shut up! I was so sick of these two. Just show me a fucking wedding and get off my screen. I don't care about y'all anymore.
That's all you care about, Debbie, from the very beginning. Like, I just need a wedding, please. That's all I care
Just
about.
want to see a fucking Indian wedding. These two are wastes of oxygen. Can we recycle them as human beings? I'm so over their storyline.
Okay, we
I
can
don't
move on
care.
now. Cause see, Debbie, I give you all the insights and the depth, and you just kind of close up with "fuck y'all." Let's go on now. See how that works?
Yeah.
A full range.
You go in depth and I stay real surface.
Right.
Real surface. I don't care. I don't care. This is the old person in me saying, I don't care about these young, ignorant people. I don't care. I just want to see the wedding. Okay, who's in our chat today? Hi, Sunway. Hi, So Done. Hello. Oh my God. I want to care about them, but I don't. And then in the preview for next week hopefully is the wedding, and you see a Yash like this, and I'm just like, okay, so it was a lie. All right. And Yash is probably in on it because he want to sleep up in the apartment.
Right.
Anyway, I don't care about them. I have nothing to contribute at all.
Who next? Look at Kenny and Armando out of the way. This is real quick and easy. The plan is in motion as we assumed. You know, they tried out their new place for a couple weeks to make sure they wanted it. They decided they're going to move into their new place. Kenny quit playing like y'all ain't got everything's packed up already and on its way. Good try though. We understand storyline. That's it. And of course, Kenny caved, which was part of the plan to have the baby. He's like, I just came to the conclusion last night, and I can't let age play a factor. I just need to do it because it'll make Armando happy. First of all, if age was a factor, you wouldn't have got with Armando anyway. Let's call a thing on that.
Yep. So he's never let age stop him.
Yeah, so this is storyline. I'm not mad at y'all for trying to stress this out to get that paycheck to help pay for the little surrogate, and the deposit on the new house or apartment, condo, whatever y'all have. I'm not mad at y'all for it, but we just don't believe you. We just see you for what you are. No worries though. We still like
They were entertaining. Yeah. They were entertaining. We like them. They're happy. They're building their family. They're building their real estate portfolio, and they're building their business. Yay. Yeah. We like them. We like them a lot.
Honestly, I think what it is with their story is kind of just progressing the natural way without the histrionics.
Okay, so Ryan has a comment. She says, I don't care what anyone says. Kimberly is crazy, and TJ is going to regret caving and not staying broken up. He gonna regret it anyway because she's a miserable individual. And Rodney, you think that Armando and Kenny are two little elves on the shelf or are filler? Of course they are.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest.
They've been filler from the beginning.
That's what I was going to say.
But they're name brand filler because I really feel like this is a half season. Yes. This was overflow from the last Other Way, but it wasn't complete stories, or they didn't last the length. So I think Kenny and Armando were supposed to be on the first season, not the first season, but season, this?
The last season.
Season 4. But this storyline really didn't pan out. So they kept them on season. They pushed them to season 5 with the other waste of times, so that they would have like a name. Like, oh, we like Kenny. Not you notice that there's not many people that we like in the 90-day universe.
Right.
People like these two. So the rest of them is trash. So these were what was going to bring the eyes in. We see you, TLC.
Exactly, because there's if you look at their story arc for this season, it wasn't much, and
Nope.
it progressed normally,
Mm-hmm.
the way it should. So I agree with you. They just put these people like, okay, look, we got these, as you say, bobos over here. They don't know them, and their storylines are stupid. But we just throw Kenny and Armando, and people will watch just for Kenny and Armando,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if they'll
Yeah.
be in the episode. So it makes
Yep.
sense overall, all the way around. TLC, Kenny, it all makes sense.
Yep. Ryan says, is the Kenny Armando segment done? Because there's nothing else with these two unless they're gonna make us watch their surrogacy journey.
Yes, yes. See, what's going to happen because we have to remember, Ryan. I'm with you because we have to see them pack up the old house, and then we're gonna have to watch them sell the old house, and then we need to watch them as they're moving transition to the new property. Well,
You
no,
mean that rental?
I personally thought it was the La Mission. I thought that was going to be their new investment property. Like they'll rent out for Airbnbs and stuff like that. That was my
Mm.
stuff. That's the way I'm thinking. You
I
know,
thought that was a rental.
no, I took it when I found because I was with you until they told me they wanted to move to um Mexico City because the way I looked at it was like, okay, you have La Mission. There's no point in selling it. Because aren't they by the is it La Mission by the coast? By the
Yeah.
beachfront? See,
Yeah.
they can get a pretty penny
But
in
do they own
Airbnb.
that? I thought that was a rental.
I, I could have sworn he owned it. I could be wrong. But either way, we need to see them make their move from La Mission to,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico City, the adjustment, and then we'll once they're in, then we get to see the surrogate.
The only way I'm interested in that is if we go into the gay clubs and we see the gay strippers. I'm not interested.
I'm just telling you if they come back. I'm just saying that's what their storyline is going to be, in my opinion. Am I
Mm.
interested too much? No, not really. No, I don't really care.
I want to see the birth story though, because remember when TLC used to do baby story?
Yeah,
I
I
want to
do.
see that with them and their
Right.
surrogate
Yes.
if she allows us to see her face.
Hey,
You know.
Tracy.
Hey Tracy.
Tracy, we started with TJ and Kimberly, so you haven't
And
missed
they're
anything.
trash, and that was the summary. They're trash, screaming, flaming trash.
So that was Kenny and Armando.
Yeah.
Who else we got? We got Sarper and Shekinah. Was there anybody else?
Um, hold on. Danielle and Johan.
Okay. Here's
Who you want first, Danielle?
Danielle and Johan. But here's
Okay.
my whole thing with Johan. Now, Johan, I've been with you most of this way, most of the way. I get it. You're trying to come to state, blah 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 blah. But for you to sit there in the gym and tell your friend that you have a friend in the same position and his now wife bought him a car and bought a house and blah 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 blah, and you're mad because you are getting the same thing. I'm looking at you like, didn't Danielle tell you she was broke? Didn't Danielle say she had some bankruptcies? How do
She
you
didn't
think?
tell him that. We know
Oh,
that.
oh, we
She,
just know.
we know that.
Oh, we know. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm like, didn't you know that she was broke? Like,
Nope. What
I,
she says is that I don't have a certain amount. Like when she was at the surrogacy place,
right,
she's like, I don't have $11,000. She at the car dealership. I don't have $30,000. But
right.
he's stupid. He keep
Oh,
on asking for more. If she doesn't have
gotcha.
11,000, she's not gonna have 30,000. He's just stupid.
Oh, I'm thinking. See, now I'm really upset with myself because I just assumed Johan figured it out on his own. That
If it was me and you, we would have figured out that she was broke. Okay. But
okay.
it seems like the gears aren't clicking together for him. He you know
That's
what?
my fault, everybody. I just assumed he figured it out.
Alberto is over there saying you ain't nothing but a fucking dog walker, and our buddy living it up in his apartment and driving around in his 4x4. And you ain't nothing but a dog walker. That's why he's pissed.
God,
It's just stupid.
I thought, I thought A, she just broke down and told him, or B, he figured it out. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mhm.
He should have thought about that then.
Well, if he was look, if he was stupid enough to marry Danielle and calling her a witch, um, then you deserve what you get.
And
You
Ryan's
deserve
right.
what you.
Johan said if she ain't gonna take me to the U.S., then she take care of me like a king in the D.R. I mean, I just don't understand. Oh well. But see, we knew we weren't gonna like them without the Boricuas anyway. So I'm not surprised it turned out this way.
We like Gizmo.
Right?
We
But
like
next week's gonna be
Gizmo.
good though. We can skip this whole week. We
Ooh.
can skip this whole week with them. We can just left this out and wait this was
No,
straight to
but
this
when
week.
she was at the car dealership and she said, "This is what we gonna do because I don't have $30,000. I'm not buying a car. I'm not buying a house. You're not getting a spousal visa, and that's it. That's the way how we rolling on my pocketbook."
Right? And I'm looking at her. Now I can understand I understand his point of view up to a degree because he's like, we're married now, so we should be doing this and that. But the problem where you lose me, Johan, is like, how are you contributing to these financial aspirations that you have?
Mhm.
That's the thing. When you can have all you want, right? You can have all the aspirations you want, and it's great. What he's saying does make sense. But sir, when you're not contributing financially, I'm not gonna say you don't get to have an opinion. I'm going to say you need to bring your aspirations down a little bit until you can actually contribute to the aspirations you would like to reach.
Do we think that Danielle banned him from being a trainer at the resort? I don't think so because she's so focused on doing 50-50, splitting of all expenses.
Yes,
I think he quit the resort when he opened the meat market
agreed.
and didn't didn't she is correct where he didn't have it set up properly as a business. Like he didn't even have a written lease.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He was just there until the landlord threw him out. Um, and I guess they had a barbecue after that with all of that nasty meat. I don't know. He's just like he doesn't show me any get up and go in order to want to have a little pocket change for himself. I guess he's okay with begging Danielle for pocket change, but that's not the type of man I want.
Here's the whole thing with that.
And you want to be head of household and you want to be the man and you want her to bend to you, you need to go out and get a job. Sorry, can't be unemployed and
And
saying you had a household.
my whole thing is this though. My problem with him lies. Okay, you opened a business. Okay, I'm all for opening a business though, but when you're opening a business, it's gonna take a while to ramp up most times, right? That's just life. You don't cut off other streams of income,
Mhm.
which was with the training and the extra services he was probably providing at the resort. I'm sorry, I'm not cutting that
Mhm.
off.
Mhm.
That was a good coin. And my thing is, if I recall correctly, he was helping out his family too, right? He was the one.
Mhm.
So my thing is, how were you gonna cut off that coin, right? Which was you were using that to help your family to open
Mhm.
the business where you're probably not gonna make that much money in the beginning. That makes no sense to me. And then I'm looking at Danielle as well, ma'am. Where were you when he was making these decisions?
Didn't she come down and find the meat market open?
Right. But I'm looking at it like he's not going to just do this and not tell her. That's my thing. And if I were, and we haven't met her, we haven't heard her mention anything like, oh, like how's the personal training going?
Well, I wouldn't ask about that neither if he quit the fucking job. I mean,
But see, I want to know what that conversation was because with like you said, Danielle is so focused on 50-50, 50-50 everything. She's not taking care of no man. Cool. But you're not going to question.
I think that's why she was so hot about the meat market when she finally saw it. I think that's why she was so
Oh,
hot.
okay.
And
Okay.
that's why she kept on saying, you don't even have a proper business plan. And then when it shut down, she was like, you didn't even have a lease. Like, what? She she was like, okay, whatever. As Tracy says here, I'm with you, Jamal. He should know all of this, but this fool is stuck on stupid from the start. Duh.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think what's contributing to the issues here is they are both stuck in their on what they want, and like he's focused on getting to the U.S., she's focused on staying in DR. They don't match as far as goals, and with Johan, unfortunately, sir, you don't really have the finances to do anything.
Right. But the problem with this relationship is that the foundation was built on lies.
That too.
So now we see the few little walls that they started to build in their relationship all crumbling because the foundation is sinking. All the lies is coming out. Brian says, Rodney M, I think Danielle put on this facade during their courting slash effing phase and that she had money, so he thinks that she does. But you see, this is where I blame Johan. He ate $200 in peanuts from the Onyx bar, and this girl flipped out as if you had stabbed her in the heart. That is a huge red flag. That is a broke bitch. Because I have demolished an honor bar a time or two, but I know who to do that shit with. People who could afford to pay for $40 peanuts. He should have known from the time she freaked out over them peanuts. $200 worth of peanuts. If
Mm-hmm.
she was so wealthy, that would not have been an issue, Johan.
Right? Yeah. I forgot about them peanuts. Oh, you would have really thought that he had stolen her whole pocketbook and just ran up all her credit cards.
And then in that same season, remember she had like a deity or something, like some sort of idol, and
Right.
it broke, or crystal. It broke and it shattered, and it was a foretelling of what was to come, shattering.
Yes.
She should have known from then. I would have left his dumb ass. I if as the woman, I would have left him. Who the fuck eats $200 worth of peanuts? Okay, when you can buy them for $5 out at the bodega. But I digress. But these two had signs on both sides that this was a shit show, and they ignored it.
Mm.
Go back
So
and watch Love in Paradise when they were on it for the first season. We'll all like she was so fascinated with his baseball bat dick. Like eh, he's a
I
loser.
don't
Oh,
think so.
never
I don't
mind.
think so because she was just trying to get into the DR and escape
Mhm.
financial ruin. Let's call a thing on that.
Yes, yeah.
That
But
was her
she
number one goal.
also, I just contradicted myself. She needed somebody stupid like him. I'm sorry, she did.
Yes,
Because Rodney brought it home. He's not a hustler. If she a guy with one of them hustlers, she would have been dropped. But she needed
for
somebody
sure.
stupid like Johan.
Yes,
Thank you, Rodney.
yes,
Thank you.
because she was like I said, she was trying to get out of the United States, get to the DR to live a cheaper life. Johan red flag number one,
Mhm.
and the fact that he was younger, attractive, with extra long peen, bonus, bonus, bonus.
Mhm.
That's all it really was. And you notice how she found somebody, and I think this goes to Rodney's point. She found somebody with kind of a limited earning potential.
Mhm.
She found someone who would look at her as quote unquote well to do
And
versus
someone that she could financially manipulate.
Right, versus someone has she got with a hustler. A hustler knows the game, and a hustler inspired her a long time ago. Like, nah, you ain't got no money.
Exactly. This is 3 reincarnations of them. This is 3 seasons that we see in him, and he only now asking for shit. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of here. Black Lavender. Hey, Black Lavender. Prayers to all the people that ate at that nasty meat market. Good Lord, yes. Hey, Susan. You're never late with us. Tracy said he lazy as fuck. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Rodney says head of household is not just words.
No.
Nope.
And this is why I don't get mad. I used to get really mad, Danielle, when she would do stuff like this. But when you sit back and break it down and look at it from a realistic point of view, she's not wrong at what she was saying. Because when I was watching it today, I was sitting here like, you know what, Danielle, as much as I don't want to agree with you, what you're saying, I have to agree with you on this. Spending $32,000 on the car, which you don't have, is not a good financial decision.
Child, I love that car salesman. He showed them one that was 30,000, then showed them the one that was 32,000, but the 32,000 one, the battery was dead.
Right.
How are you asking for more with a car that don't work? But okay. Ryan says, I'm not sticking up for Johan because he didn't have a good business plan with the carniceria, whatever. I don't speak Spanish, but the meat market. But she wasn't helping him, only criticizing everything. And that's part of her financial manipulation.
Right.
To make him feel stupid and to make him feel beholden to her when she is no better. She is no better. She don't have no business plan. If she had a business plan, she would have helped him. But all she can do is come in at the end after he has wasted all the money and the time and the effort and criticize it.
And think about it. She can't afford to have him elevate. Otherwise, then if he elevates himself financially, she can't control him.
It makes me laugh every time she tells him he's not fiscally responsible. Ma'am, do you have a mirror? Yep.
No, well, she is fiscally responsible because she knew to get the hell out of the United States.
Oh God! I hope she know that she's still on the hook with the IRS for all of these 1099 contract worker payments that she's getting from TLC. They're watching, girl, and all of this is evidence. Ask Jen Shaw. Just saying. She flipped out, but she still paid for those expensive peanuts. But she ain't had no choice. And she probably still had $200 left on one of the credit cards that she'd been maxing out. Broke bitch flag. Yes, thank you, Rodney. Black Lavender, he wants to be the man of the house, but ain't bringing nothing to the table but empty pockets, child. That and a dog leash.
Right.
Ooh, bless you. How do you go into a relationship and move to another country without getting these life-changing details out of the way? I always thought there was something missing with this couple. And I used to think it was just like the officiant at their wedding. But their whole relationship is like you said, it's built on quicksand. Danielle wanted that baby arm peen no matter what. Yep. But who wants to be like walking like that? I don't know. I'm scared of stuff like that. Danielle couldn't run this game on Dr. April's Valentine. Nope. He looked mild mannered, but he could clock a thing or two. Who does that, Debbie? A child, a boy, a man child like this? Island boys are not represented good on any show. No, unfortunately not. Ryan, oh God, y'all are so messy. Tracy, okay, this is a great card. You buy, all you need is a battery, no problem, child.
All you need is a battery. You need a battery.
IRS is gonna garnish those TLC wages. Let's hope that they do. Rodney, that's so true, but they did find the worst of the worst. Oof. They're worse than maths, like they don't know each other. They don't. They don't. She wanted to get on this show so that she could get a check, and because she wanted to bail out of the United States. But the IRS will always follow you. Trust and believe.
And we have not have anyone not learned from Bravo when they was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta and showed up at Candy's house for Apollo stuff. Come on now, they watch all these reality shows now.
Yep. I'm sure that all of these networks have departments specifically for federal agencies contacting them. I'm telling you, 30,000 batteries not included. Child, y'all a mess. Y'all are a mess.
The batteries included. You just gotta jump it a couple times. That's all.
Oh God. All right, so that's it for those two. Next week will be good. Next week, like y'all said, they pulling apart the poor puppy. But
the funny thing was though she wasn't talking about, she wasn't concerned about him staying. She just wanted the dog to stay.
She wanted the dog. She was crying over that dog, and he was like, "No, I bought it. Where you found the money to buy that pollywog?" Oh my God.
Oh, we got Sarper and Shekinah's last, right?
Yes. Let's go to these two idiots.
Okay. This was dumb. This was dumb. Their whole segment was them fighting over social media in a post.
I know, but listen, here's the thing. These two are closer to our age than anyone else, yet they have the most juvenile argument ever.
But can we get shout out to Sarper? Because he didn't make me laugh. Because she's like, "You're trying to hide me. You're trying to hide this. You're trying to hide that." He's like, "What am I trying to hide?" Blah 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 blah. I'm like, Sarper, great job. You just said straight up, "I'm a known hoe. What am I hiding?" I mean, I mean, he has a point.
Which person has less work done?
Shekinah.
No, I would say him.
Less work.
Less work. Right. I feel like he's on the roid juice. And probably a little Botox, but like she's got her whole face reconstructed, her titties, her ass, her waist. Like I bet you she's missing a few ribs. Think back to that picture when she was with her baby daddy when she was 20 something years old. Who was that? Who is this? And then her sister, Kokolo.
Right.
I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
I just don't know who this person is. I mean, she showed up and she's nice or whatever, right. But she's not going to sink if you throw her in the water. Everything's an inflatable.
When you put her next to her sister, you're like, y'all related? Really? Okay.
When you put her next to herself, you want to know if she related.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, look, Sarper is entertaining. Sarper is doing the most. Sarper is giving her what she wants and vex about it. But I did like when she said, "You posted it to stories, so is our relationship only 24 hours?" And he's like, "Wait, what?" Sarper's a mess. Sarper, I just hate these two. Unless you're a doctor, you had better not bring me a scale to stand on. Oh.
Okay, yeah, that was bad. That was horrendous.
That was bad. Picking out her clothes and still looking like a whore.
Okay.
And when then telling her to put on blush.
Boom! That was it for me. He's like, "You're looking kind of pale. Just maybe a little blush." I was like, "What?"
How about a shirt to cover up her tatas that was about to fall out of the top of that dress? They're in Istanbul. You can't be walking around looking like that. Am I okay? Whatever.
He literally picked her apart. I was like, dude,
He said that he was treating her like one of his
our clients.
clients. What?
Mm-mm.
I could not believe that. And he said he doesn't want her muscular. He wants
Yes,
her soft, not softer. What did he
toned,
say? Tone. But
tone. It's
isn't
toned.
tone? Isn't like don't you have to have some muscle in order to be toned?
So what? What he's saying is like Shekinah likes to be athletic, which you know,
Mm-hmm.
muscular, athletic, right? She's an
Mm-hmm.
athletic woman. Like she has an athletic build. He wants a woman that's toned. So let me put it this way. So instead of Shekinah having a 6-pack, he would prefer her to have a 4-pack. Basically, he's saying she has too much definition for him.
Where's the definition though?
Oh, she's athletic. She's athletic. Like she,
No,
we can't.
she is very in shape. And I get that at 132 pounds, because she looks lighter than 132 pounds. So
Much
I'm
lighter.
going, okay, so that has to be muscle. I get it. Muscle's heavier than fat, I think they say.
No, a pound. No,
No?
muscle is denser than fat because a pound of muscle and a pound of fat weigh the same. A pound.
Oh, but I thought like what is it that they say about muscles though?
Muscles
Like
are dense. Muscles are denser. So basically, like say this is fat, right?
right.
Say this is a pound of fat right here, right?
Mhm.
Pound of fat, pound of muscle,
Oh, so it's not jiggly.
right? It's denser.
Okay.
It's denser. Yes.
I like how she looks. And Dave was fighting
Yes.
4 pounds,
4 pounds.
4 or 6 pounds or something.
4 pounds.
I don't get their conversations.
She's
This woman looks
132.
good.
She's 132.2 pounds. It's
Right.
4.2 pounds too much for him. He can't handle it.
Right. But now that she's there, he can take over her training and he could get her to where he wants her to. But like, don't bring out the scale the first day. Take her to a few training classes since you
Hmm.
can't train women anymore. And, treat her as your client and get her to where you want her to be. Like, am I wrong? I didn't see anything wrong with her. And if you take away her breast implants and booty injections and her lip injections, you've lost like 8
Oh,
pounds in the breasts by themselves.
oh gosh.
So I don't think that's fair what he said. He should deduct 8 pounds for her breasts.
I can't stand you.
Doesn't it work like that?
I mean, I understand if you shrink them down, she would lose. Yeah. So Tracy, weight. So weight is weight. It comes down. It comes down to density.
What is the weight of saline silicone? So you could have a larger saline implant weigh the same as a smaller silicone implant.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's 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 all density.
But get the saline, girl. Get the saline. Because that way, if they pop, it's just salt water.
Right.
They have a superficial conversation. Yes, Rodney.
Well, their whole relationship is superficial though. So are we shocked?
Yeah, it's all about looks and fucking.
And social media.
Oh, yeah, they brought in that new dynamic. I don't understand their relationship. It makes no sense to me. Um, but he is trying to be a gentleman. He wants her to go and sleep on the bed tonight, and she can sleep on top of him, and he will be on the spermicide mattress.
Right.
What a gentleman. She's fine. I would run fast. Yeah. And TLC production, y'all giving him a red blanket to put on so that she could see red flags.
They was wrong for that.
If ever there was a short bus, these two would be on it. Oh my God. Mm. All right. So this is the other way, right? We've gotten through everybody.
Right.
All right. Let me find the notes for before it's before the 90 days, right?
Yes.
Yes, before
Yes.
the 90 days. Okay, so this was Tell All Part 1. We got Sean.
Unfortunately.
Um they all assemble in New York City. Uh I didn't care. I
So
didn't care.
the problem with this, and I mean this with all disrespect. I blame Sean. Sean made this. This was so boring. This was so bad. This was bad. When I saw part one, I'm like, there's more,
Mhm.
and there's a part two. And when I was, I'm going to compare this to UK because it's a direct comparison. It's tell all, right? I UK went by so fast for me.
Mhm.
UK went by so fast. The host was so good. We'll talk about
Mhm.
that in the next show. But Sean was just dry. She added
Yeah.
nothing to the conversation. I'm gonna say this, and I want your thoughts on this. I
Mhm.
was more entertained by the cast in the green room, the backstage, with their
Mhm.
conversations, with people coming in. That had me more entertained than what was on stage most of the time.
I got tired of it when Jasmine walked in. But before that, I was listening. It was interesting to see them meeting each other for the first time. But then Jasmine arrived, and I kind of clocked out. Um, you had mentioned that you were mad because you started agreeing with people that you didn't want to agree with,
I was
and
done. I was sitting
that
here like,
was
what is going on? What, I'm
and
like,
I'll
what
tell
happened?
you why. I'll tell you why. Because the people that you were mad at agreeing with was Jasmine and Statler. And the reason why is because they were asking the questions and giving definitions for the behaviors that they perform on a weekly basis for us. They know what they do. And by highlighting others' behaviors like that so clearly, it just shows that they understand what they're doing.
I'm going to agree there. And here's the thing, though. I'm going to start with Statler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at her,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm looking at her like, where was this person on the show? Where was this insight? Where was this clarity? Where was this understanding on the show? I'm like, okay, this is who you are, because her awkwardness was there in the tell-all,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming. It
No.
wasn't. It didn't take over the scene. And she
Mm-hmm.
was sitting there asking the questions and giving the insights. And I'm looking at Sean. I'm like, why do we need you? Statler, go over there. Go over there. Sean, get
But
out.
I was a little concerned with regards to her segment with Dempsey, because you heard Dempsey say that they have Statler hasn't moved over yet, but she's about to. They're in the process of selling all of their things
Hmm.
so that they can buy an RV and go around Europe.
Hmm.
Statler Dempsey is selling her stuff.
Right.
Statler hasn't sold a fucking thing yet.
She's, that's her though. She's a very to the last minute type person. I was like, ooh,
I'm not selling none of my stuff if you ain't selling none of yours, bitch.
I know. I'm like, I'm looking at her like, I know people like you. Oof. Oh my gosh. And then
And
once it's down to the wire, like everything's a problem. It's like, oh.
and then Statler brought on her best friend who secretly want to lick her clit, and and had her friend diss Dempsey. Dempsey and her are not together.
Right.
Dempsey and her, Dempsey and Statler are not together, because you saw Dempsey's real resting bitch face several
Yeah.
times, especially when that friend came on.
Did you see how she just dismissed that friend? Like, I don't give a damn about her
Yeah.
opinion. I'm like, well, you know what?
Mm-hmm. She's like, she said what? Irrelevant.
And then and the friend was trying to get her moment. And she's like, "Well, I really care for Statler. She's like my best friend, so I would hope my opinion does matter." Dempsey just told you that it doesn't, so I'm gonna leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave that, Natalie. That was your cue to stay mute on this one.
Yes, Rodney. Her facial expressions were golden. Golden. She looked lovely in that green dress though. And her 80s hair. Me Too Jamal Green Room footage was the show, period. Sean is useless. Whoop. Not
And I'm
useless.
gonna say Statler was great in that segment with Misha and Nicola. I'm like, Statler, get rid of Sean because Statler laid it out. She's like, there's more fish out there. Don't settle. That was the gist of it, and she was absolutely right.
When she told the kids,
Yeah,
I feel that he's going to put a whole bunch of judgment onto you two, and then it will impact your relationship with your mom. She told no lies.
but Misha said, "Oh, we gonna handle that. If they some come, we gonna handle that." And then she looked at Nicola. And did you see the look that Misha gave Nicola though when she said that? She's like, nothing will ever come between us. And if the time comes, I will handle that. And then she looked at Nicola like, say something.
But he did. He said, of course, I have nothing to do with that. I would hope that Misha would use the best judgment.
This discernment, yeah.
Yes. Basically, he gonna tell her what to do based on God and the Bible, and she's supposed to run go tell her kids.
And then the
So
problem is
he's
with
not
that
gonna
is
tell them directly. He playing
right.
telephone with Misha.
But then what's gonna happen is all them kids gonna do Svea, Maria. The moment that happens, you call your daddy, have him come over for Sweden, and we gonna handle that. Daddy gonna handle that.
And then he's saying some fuckery about fifth grade
They went in on
biology
him.
class.
They went in on him about that. I was like, well, you deserve that.
Oh my god!
Did you see Jasmine? She's like, Jasmine told me, she's like, get the fuck out of here. Fifth grade.
Wow, like what are they teaching in fifth grade in Israel? Because I remember when I had the sex ed class, and it was just basically don't have sex. If you do, wear a condom. This is where
Yeah,
babies come from, and STDs.
that was it.
Not how to find a G spot. Like what the whole fuck? Oh my god. Failed foster dog mom. Hello, love. If the caravan is too small, why are they road tripping in an RV? Is there a double wide RV in existence? Not on European streets. It's gonna be a small ass camper. It's not even gonna be I think RV is way too big for what they gonna be getting. Don't forget, Dempsey is of gypsy traveler heritage. That's gonna be small and compact, and if it has a working toilet, it will be a luxury model.
Tracy said,
Sorry.
I thought Dempsey looked 40 plus years old. She did age herself. I thought for sure their announcement she was pregnant. So did I.
But did y'all notice that her dress had a cutout down on the lower waist on one side? Child, yes, I did. I love that dress. And the thing that's aging her is the 80s hair.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But she looked cute though. She really did. I wish somebody had helped Statler with her outfit because I swore her breasts were going to flop out.
Mm-hmm. She wanted it to happen. That's just my opinion though.
Oh Lord. Oh gosh, I think we keep on hitting the same thing. When he said God made women for man, not man for women. Yeah. But again, how are you going to be head of household and you ain't contributing nothing? Okay. Well, unless he counts strife as his contribution. But yeah, well, we found out that from Misha that the annulment came through, and that Nicola is showing up to the United States on Sunday, and he will be sitting in Minnesota.
Right. So let's quickly go through these couples real quick. We've already done Misha and Nicola.
Uh-huh.
Razvan and Amanda. It was a nothing burger in my opinion. Absolutely, there was nothing there.
But they didn't go in depth on them.
No,
They
yeah,
only went in depth on Misha and Nicola,
Gino
Statler
Jasmine,
Dempsey, Riley and Violet.
Gino and Jasmine.
Mm, yeah.
So let's go. Let's talk about Gino and Jasmine. So
Uh-huh.
they are Gino and Jasmine. He's mad because she's still talking to Dane, of which she was, and them telling I didn't realize that it was Valentine's Day when we went to dinner, goodbye dinner. I'm like, okay. Oh, Jasmine, give it up. Gino's mad. I'm like, Gino, why are you mad? Because you already knew that she was sleeping with Dane. That's just my opinion. Um, no sympathy there. And you trying to ban her from seeing him. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. Stop it. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop it, Gino. You knew what you was getting into. I mean, my whole thing with him is I have no sympathy for you because she moved in the same building as her ex. Fine,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. She moved next to her clientele. Not mad at that. But, sir, when you found out that she was in the same building as her ex, you settled into that apartment quite nicely. So I'm not going to give you any sympathy on that one either. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And
Did
you
you
can't get
notice?
mad.
Did you notice the lie in their story,
Which one?
timeline wise? She said, now this was filmed, from what I understand, in July. This tell all was filmed in July.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she came to the US 2 days ago, but there's
Mm-hmm.
photographic evidence of her being in the United States since February.
Right.
TLC, do better.
Mm-hmm.
Do better, or tell these people stop going to Walmart.
Because it was a go, yeah, because like the timeline is if it was February 14th and it was a goodbye dinner, generally the goodbye dinner is going to happen a couple days before you leave,
And
not
she
a couple
said
months.
they did the dinner the night before she left.
Right, which is February 14th,
Right,
which will make her leaving on February 15th
right. But this was filmed in
in
July.
July.
Like, y'all need somebody to really edit this show properly. For real. Because y'all, obviously, these idiots aren't following the script. Just so stupid. But yeah.
Because the thing is though, and like you said, like this was filmed in July, from what we understand. For
Mhm.
her to arrive 2 days before would have timeline wise would make the tell all filmed on February 16th, and we know that didn't happen. That's too bad for them. They like you said, TLC do much better. Please do much better. This was bad. This was bad.
For real, especially if I'm picking up on it, because usually things just go over my head. But whatever.
Mhm.
So did we do all of Misha and Nicola?
Yeah, we covered everything with them.
All right, let's go to. Did we do all of Statler and Dempsey?
Yes.
Let's go to Riley and Violet. Eee!
Another disappointment. Another disappointment. Another person I don't ever agree with. I had to agree with.
Wait, hold on. Tracy said, you forgot, Debbie. They think we're stupid. This is the learning channel after all. True. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Riley was okay. So I have to agree with Riley, and I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But based on logic and timeline, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And Violet so disappointed me, and here's why. Did you catch when she said? Okay, he said that she came of her own volition. They had sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't she say when did she say she took the pregnancy test? Was it the next day?
No, no, I think it was while after he had gone back, she
Mm-hmm.
took a pregnancy test. Because remember, she broke up with him on text, and
Right.
then she got back together with him, and then she told him that she was pregnant, and then she said, "Why don't you just marry me?"
Right.
He
That was
asked
the
her to do the pregnancy
Mhm.
test on video chat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she disappointed me so much with that. I was like, no, and she just played her hand all wrong, which to me makes it look like she's lying.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only conclusion I can come up with based on what it is. She's like, we can't be like in Vietnam. We can't be seen. It's inappropriate to be seen going into hotels. Blah blah blah. I'm like, um, didn't they film her going into the hotel to meet him the first night or so? Am I wrong?
She went into the hotel immediately after they came from the airport upon arrival, and he gave her a key upon check in.
Okay, so I'm not wrong on the timeline. Okay, I just want to make see that.
They were having sex from the very begin, because I feel like they're the type of people, those couples that have these big, massive arguments and then fuck fest afterwards to make
Right,
up. I feel that's what and Riley gave all of those gifts to her family. He wasn't going to do that if he wasn't getting something already.
right, for
So
sure.
after the cameras went down, she would come back there with her key and go and see him.
And Tracy, this right here is where Raleigh lost me.
Uh-huh. They not together, but
Hold
she's
on,
coming to the US.
but hold on though. Even more than that, after was it Jasmine who asked the question? Do you really think that she would lie to trap you? And he said yes right
Yes.
away. But then right after that, he said, "Well, she's coming to the States."
Mm-hmm. But and Sean had asked, "Are y'all still together?" He said
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make sense. And then he brought out his friend Tiffany, who had fabulous shoes on, by the way. And she started attacking the girl again. Stay out of Riley's relationships.
Riley's grown,
He has a
kind of.
hard enough time trying to navigate on his own. Just stay out of it.
Like I said, I did agree with Riley on the part of where the medical thing comes into play. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
like, because he knows what he knows, because he probably with his medication, I'm guessing he has to have certain tests, so he knows exactly where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I was with him based on he's like, I found the international adopted international hospital. And then when we found out that he actually put a credit card on file with the international hospital, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
even more suspicious, Violet. So she disappointed me there.
Y'all believe that his credit card actually got something on it?
That's not the point, Debbie. The point is that he said he put it on file. Whether it has anything
But
on it or
shouldn't he
not,
have told her that?
no, because he was just trying to get her there. And then once she showed
Right.
up,
But the thing
he
is, when you're dealing with situations like this and you need somebody to go to a doctor so that you can get the information that you want, you tell them everything. You say, don't worry about paying for it. I have taken care of that. Just go up and speak to Dr. Smith on the third floor, room 312 at 3 p.m. your time on Thursday, and he will take care of you.
but she didn't even want to go. She didn't even want to go to the doctor though.
But you allowed her to give the excuse that I
Mm.
don't have money for the international hospital. That's why you do verbal diarrhea and eliminate all of her excuses. Because then
Basically,
you can say, then you're not pregnant for me.
basically, what you're saying is he gave her an out card. He gave her an out.
Yes.
Instead of telling her like, hey, you just go out, everything's taken care of. He gave her. I got you. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Say all you got to say. Go and show up and see Dr. Smith Thursday at 3:30 p.m. on third floor, room 312. I have already paid for the appointment. If anything else comes up, It will be taken care of. There's no financial burden on you. I got you. I am taking care of you financially, as long as we can determine if you're pregnant and if that's my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'm with you.
You eliminate all of the excuses.
How many kids does she have? Yes, Tracy.
Two.
Two daughters. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm still mad at him though. How the fuck is you 40 enough years old and you don't walk around with a rubber? Especially when you going to do the sex tourism.
I'm gonna be honest, because in his mind, he's only thinking that, oh, I can't get her pregnant. I can only assume that's the reason based on what we've seen.
And you know, in saying that, he deserved all the STDs. He deserved all of them.
I'm just gonna sit here and say, well, he should have thought. He really needs to be more thoughtful with his equipment.
Because protection isn't only just like to prevent pregnancy.
I mean, we know that most grown folks do know that. Yes.
So then, what happened to Riley?
But even Jasmine was looking at him like, you went across the pond when she was shocked.
I can't with these idiots.
Nope.
Yeah, she does. She has 2 daughters. Mm-hmm. Get Violet to take a DNA test on the child. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think it has to gestate a bit longer, right? Like you could take it like at 6 months, I think. Can't you?
What?
The DNA?
Yeah. I do want to say it's 6 weeks.
But she is high risk.
Right.
They might have to wait till birth for that. Riley, you better clear off that credit card. He thought his meds had him sterile, not just lowered his count. One determined swimmer is all it takes, even on geriatric eggs. Yep. He's an idiot.
Violet's 43, so I'm sorry. I know miracles can happen, but what is with these 90-day these women with these over 40 with these pregnancy storylines?
I don't know.
I just had to ask.
They just like these are all fairy tales that they spin to us. These are all fairy tales. So yes, the 53-year-old Angela and the 43-year-old Violet can get pregnant with a rusty dusty eggs. But I don't think she's actually pregnant. She'll probably tell us next week that she had a miscarriage. Exactly, because somebody asked her if she's actually pregnant. I think it was Sean, and they never answered the question. So it's 50% that the child is his. If there is a child, I don't think it's his, but there is no child. The math don't math. Correct. And she knew a month after he left that she was pregnant. Okay. He was there for 3 weeks. This is why I say that they were fucking from the time he checked into the hotel.
Right.
Just saying. But whatever. I don't have any kindness apparently, so I don't know. All right, so give us a couple of minutes to turn around the background and join us back here for UK and Last Resort. I had a giggle from Last Resort. I'm not gonna lie. I had a giggle.
You are just too funny.
I know. Okay, so Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, I think we are good.
Okay, well, guys, thank you for joining us in the live chat. We can't wait to see your comments below. Thank you for the thumbs up. We really, really appreciate it. And join us in a couple of minutes for our next TLC disaster. Until next time.
Yep.
Bye.